I've noticed that there are 4 problem areas for Christian families that are causing them to lose their children, or at least have problems with their children. Those areas are music, clothing, friends, and the boyfriend-girlfriend philosophy of our day. We have videotapes, audio tapes, and booklets that hopefully will help you in that area, in each of those areas. God's plan for finding a mate, dating, courting, or betrothing. I suspect I have way over 1,000 hours of study in this one message, hour and 50 minutes long, and it gives a clear biblical approach for families to follow to get from couples from being single to being a couple. It's profusely illustrated with wedding pictures and movies of my daughter's engagements, betrothing appointments, and so on. This message has had a very wide circulation now. It's entitled, Changing the Heart of a Rebel. Only in the last few days, again, I heard from a father who said that he was able to reach his 17-year-old daughter who didn't want to do anything she wanted him to do, and now she is 19. That was 2 years ago, and he said, we're so happy we heard that message when we did. This message, as well as the previous message, God's plan for finding a mate, are both in booklet form as well as video or audio tape. Then there is a message that is primarily to young people entitled, My Son, Give Me Thine Heart. This is I call it a fiery camp meeting style message, fiery camp meeting style preaching. Not everyone will appreciate the style of preaching of this message. Most people don't have a problem with the other messages. Some don't relate as well to this. And then a very, very important message, what the Bible has to say about spanking. This gives truths about spanking unknown to most Christians. In fact, a father who was unexpectedly but checked by state officials said, I'm so glad I heard your message and changed my methods before they came. This tells why to spank, when to spank, how to spank. Tremendously important. I wish I had time right here to tell you about it. And what to expect after a proper biblical spanking. We're not as likely to have problems with the state or others if we spank biblically. And then a message on clothing that shows that the most important clothing for any Christian is the clothing of righteousness and humility for the soul. It gives a precise biblical study of proper and improper clothing for men and women. Once you get the heart right, then you want to know what God has to say about how to dress outwardly. If we don't correct this area, then we're going to continue to have massive problems with our children. Music evangelist Alan Ives, who uses several different instruments to tactfully and graciously and clearly show the right and wrong kind of music. It's entitled, How to Tell the Right Kind of Music. We're going to continue to have problems with our young people unless we get this area right. And then the message dealing with life's emotional roller coaster. Few things in life are as wonderful as emotions, but few things can get a Christian in as much trouble as their emotions. Christians cannot ignore their emotions, but biblically they must learn to control them. Then we have another video entitled, How to Build a Strong Marriage. And we have a number of audio tapes, in particular, an audio tape entitled, What to Expect from a 12-Year-Old, that gives the character traits that need to be in a child by the time he is 12 years of age. And then a message entitled, Breaking Family Curses. God bless you and your family and your home and your life.